Here are a bunch of systems that are dependent on dips. These dips are in the places where organizations and individuals are most likely to give up. If you see these dips coming, you're more likely to make a choice. You can choose in advance to do whatever you need to do in order to get through the dip, knowing it's going to be difficult, or you can give up before you get there. Quitting in the dip, though, isn't worth the journey. Manufacturing dip, it's easy and fun to start building something in your garage. It's difficult and expensive to buy an injection mold, design an integrated circuit, or amp up for large-scale production. The time and effort and cost of ramping up your operation create the dip. The dip keeps the supply of stuff down and insulates those brave enough to invest in scaling up their production. Those struggling artists at the local craft fair are struggling because they don't have the guts or the wherewithal to take their work to the next level. Sales dip. Most ideas get their start when one person you starts selling it. Selling the idea to stores or to businesses or to consumers or even to voters. But the dip hits when you need to upgrade to a professional sales force and scale it up. In almost every field, the competitor that's first with a big aggressive sales force has a huge advantage. Education dip. A career gets started as soon as you leave school. But the dip often hits when it's time to go learn something new, to reinvent or rebuild your skills. A doctor who sacrifices a year of her life for a specialty reaps the rewards for decades afterward. Risk dip. Bootstrappers learn the hard way that at some point they can't pay for it all themselves, especially out of current income. It takes a risk to rent a bigger space or invest in new techniques. Successful entrepreneurs understand the difference between investing to get through the dip, a smart move, or investing in something that's actually a risky crapshoot. Relationship dip. There are people and organizations that can help you later, but only if you invest the time and effort to work with them now, even though now is not necessarily the easy time for you to do it. That kid who started in the mailroom who was always eager to do an errand for you or stay late to help out, she's now the CEO. The relationships she built when it was difficult to do so paid off later. Those short-sighted people who are always eager for a favor or a break never manage to get through the relationship dip because they didn't invest in relationships back when it was difficult but not urgent. Conceptual dip. You got this far operating under one set of assumptions. Abandoning those assumptions and embracing a new, bigger set may be exactly what you need to do to get to the next level. The heroes who have reinvented institutions and industries, everyone from Martin Luther King Jr. to Richard Branson, from Zelma Watson George to Jacqueline Novogratz, all did it in exactly the same way, by working through a conceptual dip all the way to the other side. Ego dip. When it's all about you, it's easier. Giving up control and leaning into the organization gives you leverage. Most people can't do this. They can't give up control or the spotlight. They get stuck in that dip. Distribution dip. Some retailers, local strip malls, the web, make it easy for your product to get distribution, while others, Target, require an investment from your organization that may just pay off. Getting your product into Walmart is far more likely to lead to huge sales than is putting it on the web. Why? Scarcity. Everyone is on the web, but getting into Walmart is hard.